Israel has confirmed the identities of 2 deceased hostages, whose bodies it received from Hamas via the Red Cross in Gaza on Thursday. Forensic tests showed the remains were those of Amiram Cooper, 84, and Sahar Baruch, 25, the Israeli Prime Minister's office said. The government of Israel shares in the deep sorrow of the Cooper and Baruch families and all the families of the fallen hostages. It said in a statement, "The Hostages and Missing Families Forum in Israel demanded that all 11 Israeli and foreign deceased hostages still in Gaza be returned immediately by Hamas, in line with the US-brokered ceasefire agreement." Amiram Cooper was abducted along with his wife Nurit from Kibbutz Nir Ounces during the Hamas-led attack on Israel on 7 October 2023, which sparked a war. Hamas released Nurit after 17 days, but it continued to hold Amiram. The Israeli military said it estimated Amiram was murdered in captivity in February 2024, but that final conclusions will be made upon completion of a post-mortem. It had previously said he was killed along with 3 other hostages, Nadav Popplewell, Chaim Perry, and Yoram Metzger, in Khan Yunis while troops were operating in the area. Hamas had claimed they were killed by an Israeli strike. Sahar Baruch was kidnapped during the attack on Kibbutz Be'eri by Hamas gunmen, who also killed his brother Adon and grandmother, Gela Bashar. The Israeli military said it estimated that he was murdered in captivity on 8 December 2023, and that it was awaiting the results of a post-mortem. It had previously announced that he was killed during a rescue attempt by Israeli forces. The military expressed its deep condolences to the 2 men's families and stressed that Hamas was required to fulfill its part of the agreement and make the necessary efforts to return all the hostages to their families and to a dignified burial. The Hostages and Missing Families Forum, which represents many hostages' families, said, "There are no words to express the depth of this pain. The hostages have no time. We must bring them all home, now." On Friday morning, Israeli authorities returned via the Red Cross the bodies of another 30 dead Palestinians in exchange for the 2 hostages, Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis said. Under the ceasefire deal, Israel has agreed to hand over the remains of 15 Palestinians for every deceased Israeli hostage. On Tuesday, the Israeli government accused Hamas of violating the Gaza ceasefire deal after the group handed over a coffin containing human remains that did not belong to one of the 13 deceased Israeli and foreign hostages, then still in Gaza. It said forensic tests showed they belonged to Ophir Tzarfati, a hostage whose body had been recovered by Israeli forces in Gaza in late 2023. The Israeli military also released footage filmed by a drone that showed Hamas members removing a body bag containing the remains from a building in Gaza City, reburying it, and then staging the discovery in front of Red Cross staff. The Red Cross said its staff were unaware that the body bag had been moved back before their arrival, and that the staged recovery was unacceptable. Hamas rejected what it called the warmer of sea, baseless allegations, and accused Israel of seeking to fabricate false pretexts in preparation for taking new aggressive steps. .com/Cumes. Hours later, the Israeli government accused Hamas of another ceasefire violation, saying the group's fighters had killed an Israeli soldier in an attack in an area of southern Gaza. Hamas claimed it was not involved in the incident in the Rafah area, but Israel's prime minister ordered a wave of airstrikes across Gaza on Tuesday night in response. The Israeli military said it attacked dozens of terror targets and terrorists. £10 million followers are essential to the network of £5 million. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry said 104 Palestinians were killed, including 46 children and 20 women, making it the deadliest day since the ceasefire took effect on 10 October. US President Donald Trump maintained nothing would jeopardize the ceasefire agreement, which his administration brokered along with Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey, but he added that Israel should hit back when its soldiers were targeted. Under the deal, Hamas agreed to return the 20 living and 28 dead hostages it was holding within 72 hours. All the living Israeli hostages were released on 13th of October in exchange for 250 Palestinian prisoners and 1,718 detainees from Gaza. Israel has handed over the bodies of 225 Palestinians in exchange for the bodies of the 15 Israeli hostages so far returned by Hamas, along with those of 2 foreign hostages, one of them Thai and the other Nepalese. 9 of the 11 dead hostages still in Gaza are Israelis, 1 is Tanzanian, and 1 is Thai. All but 1 of the dead hostages still in Gaza were among the 251 people abducted during the Hamas-led attack on southern Israel on 7 October 2023, during which about 1,200 other people were killed. Israel responded by launching a military campaign in Gaza in which more than 68,600 people have been killed, including more than 200 since the ceasefire took effect, according to the territory's health ministry.